everybody, it's Sherry with Cards and More by Sherry. I'm here with another NaNoJouMo page today, doing a little art journaling with my friends. We decided our theme today was leaves. So I cut out a bunch of leaves with my Silhouette Cameo, and that's what you see laying on the right hand side there. I use different patterns of cardstock and different colors, and I am pulling out some fall-ish colors of my Neocolor IIs, and I'm just going to randomly color over my page. This is still working in my Canson mixed media book. Just pulled out some yellow, some oranges, some yellow ochre, some rust and brown, and an olive green. Just going to color these all over the page, and then I'm going to activate them with water, going for just kind of a fall colored background. Neocolor IIs they're like butter, and they just go on easy, and when you activate them you just get rich pigment. It's like the big person's, the adult's version of coloring, and they're wonderful. If you've never had any, you might think about investing at them at some point. So here I started out with a paintbrush, and a cruddy one at that, and I quickly realized that was going to take forever. So you'll see me in a second here grab my water spritzer bottle, and I just decide to spritz the whole entire page and then go at it with the brush, which was infinitely faster. I should have been using a better brush. This was just something I had in my tool twirly thing and grabbed it, and it didn't work great, but it served its purpose. So just activating all these colors, trying not to make any mud where I've got some green and brown tones together, trying not to muddy those up too bad. So you see I'm kind of going from one color family to another color family and trying not to make too big of a mess. Again, this is just my first layer, so I have in mind to put several other things on top of here. And I had found a quote on the internet that was, and I don't have it in front of me. Well, yes, I do. It's a quote that says, "Autumn is the second spring when every leaf is a flower." And I thought, gosh, I really like that, because you think about all the colors that leaves turn in the fall, if you live somewhere where that happens. And they really do become like their own version of flowers with all the different colors. So I thought I want to showcase that and these leaves. So that's kind of all I had in the back of my mind as I started here. And just disclaimer, I had no thoughts at all about trying to do the 15-minute thing today. I just completely abandoned that. Here I'm pulling out a couple of stencils, one with leaves, and of course I couldn't do something without using my favorite bubble stencil. I'm addicted to that stencil right now. I can't help myself. So I'm going to start out with the leaf stencil, and I'm using one of the Color Bloom sprays. This particular color is Lime Wedge, and it is just gorgeous. It's a beautiful olive green with the gold shimmer in it, and it's just... it's really pretty, y'all. What can I say? So I sprayed that in a couple places, and just so you know, I did take that excess and put it on another page in the journal so I could use it later. I didn't want to lose that gorgeous shimmer. Dried that up. Then I took the bubble stencil and some folk art metallic acrylic paint. It's called Pure Gold. And I'm going to sponge that through my stencil in a few spots just to give it some more interest, and still picking up some more shimmer, because the Color Bloom spray has shimmer, and now I'm using metallic paint. So I wanted to kind of keep that gold tone happening all over the page. Just picking it up in 3 places here, and in 2 corners, and then on the opposite side, just kind of to make that visual triangle there. So wiping off my stencil, putting that away, going to dry this up a little bit. And I'm really liking what is happening here. It's very pretty. I love the gold shimmer. There's my quote. And what I did is I pulled out just a cruddy old scrap piece of scrapbooking paper that fortunately had some lines on it, and I'm just going to hand letter this in pencil and then kind of erase it a little bit. Take my Copic multiliners and letter this, just, not any particular lettering style. And then I'm going to come back in with a finer tip marker and thicken up different places in the letters on some of the downstrokes and the curly cues and things like that until I'm kind of happy with what I got. Then I'll erase what's left of my pencil lines at the end. Okay, now I'm going to take my distress tool and rough up the edges of this piece of paper just to give it a little bit more character. I find that this tool works better on heavier cardstock, so you kind of have to be careful when you're working with a lightweight paper like this because it has a tendency to want to grab and tear sometimes, so that's why you see me kind of holding it close to where I'm working. Now I'm going to take my spritzer tool, I don't know if that's what it's really called or not, and I've got a water-based marker in it in a dark brown color. Of course I blew my leaves all over the place here, but I'm just trying to add some dark brown speckles to both the quote piece and to the leaves as well. And you'll see that it doesn't show up real good here, but you'll see it in the close-up pictures at the end. Just trying to add some character to the pieces. And then I thought, well, hey, I've got a little bit of that metallic paint left on my tile here. I'm just going to dab it around the edges of this piece of paper just to tie it in and add a little bit more of that metallic sheen. And, you don't want to waste darn good metallic paint there. And so next we're going to start gluing everything down, and I'm using matte gel medium, and be fairly careful with this because I've got a water-based background, so I decide not to ultimately go over the top of everything because I don't want stuff to start moving around. So I just put it down kind of where I want it, and I want to leave those corners loose to kind of add that tattered effect there. So you see me keep working those corners to make sure that they're still going to turn up and have a nice little effect there. And next is all the leaf cutouts. I laid them out first to get an idea where I wanted them, and then I just started gluing them down. So here we see all the leaves glued down, and I decided that I wanted to put some shadowing around them, and I did that with one of my Neocolor crayons in that darker brown. I started out drawing around it, and then I realized it would be a whole lot faster if I just take the color directly from the crayon with my water brush and go around all those leaves and give them a little emphasis that'll help them kind of pop off that page a little bit. You could do this with a Stabilo all pencil, a watercolor pencil, a brush pen. I just thought since I already have my Neocolors out, hey, I'm going to use them. And it really helps those leaves stand out off that background. So there's the finished product. I appreciate y'all watching today. There's some still photos at the end where you can get a better look at what's going on. I do have a playlist for NaNoJouMo going, and I've added some of my friends' videos to that, so be sure to check those out as well and show them some YouTube love also. Thanks for coming by today, guys. I really appreciate you coming by. Subscribe if you haven't, because there's more fun to come. Bye.